Hey guys, what's up? Bargman Hobo here. So, three quick announcements before we get onto this. One, normally I would be wearing a Santa hat, but I couldn't find one in time and I'm running out of time, so Mario hat will have to do. Second off, recently I hit 200 subscribers. And guys, I just don't have any words for that. Just thank you so much. It's not often that words fail me, but this is definitely one of those times. I don't even know what to say, but I'm so thankful for all of you guys wanting to take this journey with me. I don't know where we're going, but I'm glad you feel like you want to take this journey with me. Just thank you so much. Well, in any case, thanks and expect a little celebratory video soon. And thirdly, you still have some time if you want to ask me a question for my questionnaire video at the end of the year. At the time of recording, it is December 19th, and you've got until December 30th, so you have 11 days left if you feel like asking me a question, again, at the time of this recording. Well, it's going to be uploaded on Christmas, so that's moot, whatever. Anyway, on to the video. Hey guys, what's up? Bargman Hobo here. So, Christmas time, huh? Well, we're gonna put a cap on the year that really wasn't great for my YouTube channel, if we're being honest. I want to do so much more this year. I want to do more reviews. I had a big project I wanted to work on that's still on the back burner, sadly, due to life and stuff. Well, no point crying over spilled milk, I guess. Well, anyway, like I said, it's Christmas time, so it's time for the shoehorned in Christmas special. So last year, we looked at the Wii versions of the Rankin and Bass Christmas movies, namely Santa Claus Coming to Town and Rudolph. Well, this year, we're going to finish what we started and look at the DS games. Yep, we got more Rankin and Bass coming for you this time. So, are these any better or perhaps a lot worse than their Wii counterparts? Only one way to find out. So the Wii versions were, well, I can't exactly say they were bad, nor I can say they're good. They were really right in the line between both those. I remember giving both of them decent ratings last year. They serve their purpose, though. How did the DS games fare? Well, let's look at them. And real quick, normally I would review one after the other, like you do for when I review multiple games at once, but this time we're just going to look at both interchangeably, and you'll very quickly see why. Okay? Okay. Well, all out of the way. You know what time it is? It's time to hobo up!
Both of these games have more than one story, although at the beginning you only have access to the story of the respective movies, but more unlocked as you go. And these extra stories expand on the world and narrative, and that's actually pretty cool. Except that some of these contradict events in the movie, so they create a couple of plot holes, but I think it's really cool nonetheless. But for the rest, well, strap in guys. Regarding gameplay, well, I don't have a whole lot to say. All these games really are just activity centers for kids. The story will be progressing and then it stops, and then you get booted to a loading screen that wouldn't look out of place in a mobile app, and then you get set on an activity. You have things like coloring pages, connect the dots, mazes, and things that they're just there to waste your time. Oh, and then you get more quote-unquote gamey things, like, well, there's platforming sections, and mazes, and button-pressing minigames, and sliding a bag to catch toys. Well, it's not exactly rocket science. But if you do fail, so what? You can either retry or just move on. That's right, you're not even required to win. If you lose, just hit the next button and the game moves on as if you won. Calling these games feels off since they're barely games. They're just activity centers on the DS. And these games/activities start out dull and only get worse as the game goes on. It seems like you can barely go 2 or 3 sentences before you get suckered into another one. And you do a lot of the same things over and over again. Sure, the picture you're coloring in might change, but you're still coloring. Sure, the maze might look a little different, but you're still doing a maze. Some of them you can just skip if you don't feel like doing, but others you have to see at the end, either by letting the clock run down, or outright failing, or by finishing it. And like I said earlier, there is 0 penalty for failing. If anything, the penalty comes in finishing some of them since it requires you to play for longer. I'll admit, guys, I could barely sit through Santa Claus Coming to Town, but I did beat it. I gave myself a break before starting on Rudolph, hoping it'd be something new. A platform maybe, but no. It's the exact same thing. Sure, the pictures are different and some of the games are different, but it's all the same. I quickly got fed up with Rudolph and didn't bother finishing any of the stories. At least with Santa Claus, I was able to finish all 3 stories, although I was really wishing for the finish by the time the 3rd story ended. But Rudolph, I couldn't get through the story because, let's be real, it's basically the same thing with a different coat of paint. It is just not worth it. And you guys know that I love bad games, but this, whew, these tested even me to the end of my rope, and trust me, I have a pretty long rope when it comes to bad games. My God. The presentation also leaves a lot to be desired. There is no voice acting. 0. You have to read everything, and there's a lot of dialogue. Did they honestly expect kids to read all of it? Because I sure as heck couldn't. The music is just a little rendition of Santa Claus Coming to Town or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, depending on the game. Rudolph did have another song at one point, and maybe Santa Claus did too, but I didn't matter, because the majority of the time listening to that one song over and over again on loop, and if you put the DS in sleep mode, open it, it starts the song over. It sounds fine at first, but it quickly wears out its welcome. The graphics seem better suited for a flash game, and not just the story parts. The games, especially the platforming, bounce, and really just anything that wasn't a coloring book connecting the dots, legit looked like something you'd find on a flash game website circa the early to mid-2000s. And really, there was no voice acting either. Voice acting would have helped out a lot here. You know, I get it. Most of the actors from the movies are either dead or just aren't acting anymore. How hard, though, would it have been to get new actors? Oh, wait, that would have cost money. And clearly, these games are on a very tight budget. My God, and apparently the effort was on a budget too, because good freaking lord.
Well, there you have it. Those are the Rankin and Bass DS games. How are they? Let's look at them and see. How's the gameplay? I mean, you guys know I love crap, but that tested even me because, I mean, all they are just activity centers, and not even good ones. The ones that feel like games barely even do, because even if you fail, so what? Just skip it and move on. And then the coloring pages and the connect the dots and all that other stuff that aren't just games, just little mindless activities, and some of them you just skip, thankfully, but everything else you have to let the clock run down or just fail or whatever. Oh, and that constant droning song of, you know, Santa and Rudolph, and those are fine at first, but they quickly wear out their welcome. And oh man, I mean, I will give the game this much: the art was nice for the character art, and the stories were cool. But yeah, why not voice acting, guys? Because voice acting could have made this better. And hey, the DS can handle voice acting. I'm sorry, guys. I know Christmas is a time for generosity, but that can't save these. Both of these games are bans in the bin. Guys, you want to play a good Christmas game? Look, play the Grinch. Play Polar Express. And I know it's upside down, but play Polar Express. Play the Wii version of those if you want. Heck, even play Zoo Race. I know that game was broken and bonkers beyond belief, but it was so far below 0 it hit 10 in some regards. And even the Wii versions of the games, well, they weren't great. I mean, the Santa Claus was a platformer. It couldn't even come close to Mario, but it served its purpose, and it didn't drag on forever and ever, or at least I didn't feel like it did. And Rudolph, although it was so criminally short, like, seriously, you probably beat it in less time than it took you to bring it home from the game store, but at least it was so short in time to wear its welcome. Those, no, I'm finding those a new owner very soon here. There's no way I'm keeping these. Just, blech, that's all I have to say. Blech. Sad that that's no way I have to end this on, but so it goes. Gosh, guys, those just push me to my limits. But they're over. Hopefully next Christmas we'll have a better game. So come back next month when we do not only my anniversary special, but also a little celebratory video. And like I said, if you still want to ask me a question, you got a couple days left to do that. And I'll be answering those and posting the video on December 31st. But until then, this is the Bargain Hobo saying be brave, dare to play. I'll see you guys next time. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Hobo out!